gross.
And we are live on Facebook. All right, there we go. This is
All right.
GDP Live. Of course, it always unmutes for some reason because you know what? Why prepare everything, right? Just stop preparing some stuff. And actually, hold on. Actually showering post shit. Wow. Wow. So we're in the shower? That's sexy. Enjoy this jam at the beginning of the show while we wait for some people to show up. Also, I needed to share it. So that was just time for me to do other stuff because, you know, I can't be multitasking, but but you know,
That fucking cocksucker.
John's in the shower. He's post shit. He's here. Almost on Time podcast has joined the show. Almost on Time podcast. You know what? I was just putting you down. I had you down here in my plug. What is it? Plug cascade. That's what I want it to be. A plug cascade. Because this is GDP Live. I'm Pat George. I'm your host. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m.-ish till 1 p.m., depending on how much I have to pee, how long I can hold it, or if I do have a vet appointment for one of the kitty cats, which I do have an update on that. We have multiple vets appointments this month, and for even both cats. So that's really interesting. But we host here, or I go live here on Facebook, go live on Instagram as well, at Baby Mermaid Productions. You can also check out at Baby Mermaid Predictions on YouTube for past episodes and other episodes of Falls Count Anywhere with Youngblood and Manny. That comes out usually every Monday. We have the latest episode is with the friend of the show, Ian Strong. Also check out Strong Words with Ian Strong. If you're liking the podcast, there's an audio only version, and also for Falls Count Anywhere, you can catch that video right at Baby Mermaid Productions on YouTube. So there's the audio. What else? Oh, Proper Robotics. Oh, of course, we got a new episode coming out Tuesday on Baby Mermaid Productions YouTube page for the video. Audio only wherever you get your audio podcast, and they talk about Inauguration Day. They talk about many other things. Kirk fell off in the episode, but honestly, I thought it was a really great one. So look forward to that. What else? Oh, yeah, you can also get audio-only versions of this show wherever you get your podcast. Just subscribe to Gross Domesticated Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, whatever the fuck it is. There's a ton of other one like Cast Bean or what, I don't know. There's many other different streaming services. You can find just the audio version because really that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm not. You don't come here for the looks. Sure, I'm okay. My wife's into me. She likes it. She's on her way to work. She's working an hour away today. We had some car trouble that we had to get the car up to date because here in the great state of Pennsylvania, we have to get you have to get your what is it, the tag, the thing where you pass emissions, I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't know what it is, but basically they need to make sure your car is safe, environmentally kind of, and also just like road friendly. And also you got to pay for the sticker and stuff like that. You got to do that like registration every year. And a lot of states have that. I think in the Northeast mainly. And I don't mind it so much. It's not that bad. Like it's still even if they were like to name it like, oh, you don't live in Florida anymore tax. Like you don't have to sweat like massively every day of winter. You get to enjoy some snow. You get to like, even if they called it a snow tax, like, and they can't even guarantee snow every year, I would still pay it just to get a sticker that says Pat is authorized to enjoy snow for another year. It's one of those things. Just, I love it. I like the state. A lot of people that grew up here are, weird about it, but hey, who knows? What was that? Oh, other shows that you want to check out? Oh, well, you can check out Panties in the Mouth. That's with Andy and Nate. Andy Malafarina and Nate Marshall, two comic friends of mine, originally, again, from the great state of Pennsylvania, both living in New Jersey now. And they talk about, they're funny guys. And then that Andy fella, oh boy, I'll tell you what. We do a show called What About with Andy and Pat, that Ass Pro and Art Dick, John Montag himself from Instagram, at Montag Comedy, Montague spelled, Montag said. You can check out past episodes of Hacks that he's been on, stuff like that on Baby Mermaid Productions. But he was also on an episode of What About with Andy and Pat, where we broke down Brand New's album, Your Favorite Weapon. And you can catch that. The playlist, I have the link on Baby Mermaid Productions, but also on Andy's, Andy Malafarina on YouTube, as well as twitch.tv/Andy Malafarina. He streams tons. Check him out. We may be doing a live stream along for this UFC this weekend, and which we're going to talk about as soon as I finish the plugs. Don't forget the Almost on Time podcast. Actually, hold on. Actually, shower. Oh, sorry. It's just post pounding on the comments. I couldn't pull up the comments on the web version for some reason. I don't know why. So if there's any issues out there, sound or visual wise, I don't know. I hope I'm streaming. I see people watching, so that's good. But John Montag. Oh wait, what were we talking about? What About with Andy and Pat? Also the Almost on Time podcast, as well as the DNR podcast with Damian Robinson and Damian. What's his Ron Kane. That's it. He's one of the Rons that we like to see pounding off in the comments on Instagram Live as well, at Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram. So yeah. So like I was saying, we had not car trouble. Okay, so for a couple months now, I think it has been almost exclusively during the pandemic. Our car, we have like a 2013, Ford. It was a fleet car. It wasn't that bad. We own it. That's cool. But it's we've had an issue that started just randomly one day. It wasn't like we had trouble a little bit with it, and then all of a sudden one day, well, you know what? You should have taken care of that earlier. Just one day, I believe during the pandemic, it might have, yeah, I believe it was during the pandemic. We were leaving Dom's store, and she went to close her door, passenger side door, and boom, just wouldn't close. No rhyme or reason. No, we try to, I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, but also I'm not a car door mechanic. I don't know anything about most doors. I know, open, close, sliding. Those are pretty cool. I like a nice curtain for a door. If you've ever joined the home studio here at maybe the Dobby Robertson Memorial Caddick studio here, or possibly the George compound at all, you notice we're a fan of curtains as doors. You don't necessarily, there's options, but car doors I know nothing about. Even more nothing. I know, if you were able to know, I feel like if you're able to know negative, I'm definitely the one that figured it out. I'm the one that knows even less than what you said. It's so funny. I was talking about this today. I don't know. I was leaving jiu-jitsu with a buddy of mine, and he said, and I told him I was talking about the fights that were happening this weekend. What's going on? Ian Strong, mentioned earlier during the Falls Count Anywhere plug. He was on the most recent episode. Also, check out Strong Words with Ian Strong, the audio podcast where this guy talks about, he's got the Shot Glass Diaries, he's got the Ratings Roundtable, and as well as great interviews. I look forward to being on one of the interview shows soon because we loves to talk. I was talking about the UFC that was happening this weekend. God damn it. What was it? Oh, the door. God damn it. Ian, you distracted me. And I also have to do a close-up pound reading up here. So driving, so I won't be pounding. Thank God, because I can't read normally. But Jesus Christ. So door, hold on a second. Let me get there. I'm pounding and I'm not driving. Okay. So I'm not driving. Uh-oh. Ron, Premium Ron, are you driving? So yeah, I was talking about the UFC happening this weekend. God damn it. Oh yeah, with my buddy this morning. Jesus Christ. And I was like, oh, Khalil Roundtree, I saw on the card, um, opening up the prelims of the whole weekend, and and it's he is a uh, it's so funny to say it this way because I never thought of it, but it's he is a Thai fighter. He is not of Thai descent. He's not or Thai ethnicity. I don't believe. But I believe he's a Muay Thai fighter. So he's a Thai fighter. He's a but he is incredible. Like he has such powerful leg kicks that it's like it's like imagine somebody like just like it's like he can punch with his I don't know. I don't even know. It's like a piston. That's the best way to put it. Like it's just like a fucking it's like think of the hardest punch you've ever seen, but he can do that with his kick with his feet, with his legs. He can whip around his legs like crazy. He's got excellent I mean, but also excellent boxing. So like it's gonna be like and that's the first fight. So I am so familiar with Khalil Roundtree but like but like just general knowledge. I guess that's what I was talking about was I don't have negative knowledge necessarily. I just fill in the gaps with stuff that I love more than probably stuff that's like my knowledge of Khalil Roundtree only helps me literally if I'm trying to talk to somebody and I can convince them to like Khalil Roundtree. Like that's the only way I feel like I've effectively used that my platform. Check out Khalil Roundtree. He's amazing. What's going on? How's it going? We got all right. So yeah, like I was saying, this weekend I know I've been pounding off a ton about UFC. Maybe it's the fact that I've been able to start training again with like jujitsu and stuff like that, and or maybe not. It's I really feel like it's just the output that they've been putting out there. You know what I mean? When's your next podcast with with Andy? Oh, it's Caleb. It's going to be on Sunday. You know that. What are you foolish? Come on, Caleb. Pound it off in the comments. I I'm not gonna be able to read everything you're writing, buddy, because it's so far away. But I will I will be able to if you want to, you can pound off on Facebook also, the Gross Domesticated Podcast page there. You can like that. I'm streaming there as well. But I also Caleb is a person that I have met via Andy's stream, his Twitch stream that I've been able to do it. What's going on, Casey? Good to see you. Happy Friday. And he's somebody that I've been able to I've he's 17, he says. We really think he's 13. And he likes to join in and talk along when we do What About with Andy and Pat or any of Andy's streams that we do. Me and Andy were even talking about possibly doing a stream for the latest UFC, but I really felt like I wanted to do I don't know, like I want to take a day off. I want to take a day off because I've been really enjoying everything that the UFC has done this month. You guys know, anybody that's been watching any of these GDPs or listening at anywhere, I just feel like everything that they've put out this month so far has been so incredible. It's everything's lived up to the hype. I don't know. I don't know if it's just literally just a matchmaking thing. They finally actually have like the routine down for testing and making sure everybody's like quarantined and shit like that. But I feel like there is such a cooler and that's a cool thing too because there's obviously Manny and Youngblood are wrestling fans. Andy's a wrestling fan. Ian, I'm sure you're a wrestling fan. You're probably I don't know if you're quote up to date on the product. You don't have to pound off. I know you're driving. Please be safe. Wait for a red light or until you are peeing or getting or in the shower apparently like John. I like that, John. I hope that you put it on in the shower, like in the bathroom. Are you doing that like maybe? Oh, I'm in the shower. Like, do you have it like in Ziploc baggie and like closed off, obviously closed, and put on the shelf and like you're listening, or is it like near the sink? What I like to do is put my phone at the edge of the sink and try to like use that as like as an amplifier. That's what I like to do when I take a shower. So, um, Andy and I were talking about doing that, but I was like, so I was like, it was like a compromise. I was like, all right, I'll set up stuff and like maybe I'll just do it from downstairs, like from my laptop or something. but I was like, I don't know. I just kind of want to enjoy, because I've really been enjoying a lot of the stuff, but I haven't either gotten to see it live, like last week or Wednesday, actually, not even last week, last show. I have, obviously I want to be here consistently every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pounding off with you guys. You can join on. I can say hello. Wait, hold on. Got an update from John. It's a soap shelf. Ooh, we're in the shower with John right now, guys. This is exciting. This is very exciting. Everybody listening at home or in your car watching, just imagine you're in the shower right now with John, Ass Pro and Art Dick of the Gross Domesticated Podcast, himself, host of Hacks Comedy Golf, Manny's favorite title of a show ever. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great show. We're going to get squeaky clean. Soap shelf amplifier gang. Oh my God, is Ron in the shower too? Everybody's pounding off in the shower. Hey, guys, hands on the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eye on the price. I hope you're not all J and your D to me, because this headband, it's having its effects. You know what I mean? I don't know if maybe it's weird, because there is a strange there's a strange parallel. No, I feel like it's a thought. It's a doubt in my mind that I'm like, oh, is it because I'm covering more of my head, more of my face and everything? But no, she likes it. It's weird. I'm into it though. But I'm getting ads targeted towards me that are, it's interesting, because they're molding the martial art. It's actually funny, because Charles said it in the Instagram comments when he was pounding off, when I was explaining my headband love before I actually reveal it to you guys in all its glory. But I want to, like, I mean, this is like the kind of like, this was like my era's Undertaker too. American Badass Undertaker. This was like not the only one. I like Dead Man Undertaker and stuff like that. But when I was watching wrestling, this was Undertaker. This was fucking badass, right? I don't, I'm no Kid Rock fan. I'm an Undertaker fan. Ron, Premium Ron's pounding off. He says, not in the shower physically, but in spirit. Okay. He's taking a whore's bath. Premium Ron is right now taking a whore's bath in the sink, and we are there in the soap dish pounding off. I like it. Get all the stanky parts. No, but I want to take a day off. That's what I'm saying. Let me get back to my original point. And I want to enjoy, because this is the thing is, so first of all, I wasn't upset, because I got to see the main event on Wednesday, which was Michael Chiesa against Neil Magny. Watch it. It's fun. It's a lot of the boring parts. I think a lot of people say, I don't like the boring parts where they're rolling around on the ground. It's a lot of fun. I like that part. But if you don't like that part, you may not like that fight. And that's okay. I still liked it. It wasn't as much of a clinic as maybe the other one, but I did like his call out right at the end. Michael Chiesa wants to fight Colby Covington, who, if anybody is familiar with Colby Covington, is also a fan of wrestling. You should know. If you're a fan of wrestling, I feel like you know who Colby Covington is already, because that's kind of his thing. He is as much possible being the heel as he can. Like, he is doing he's like a pro-Trump guy. He wears like the Make America Great. He's actually been to the White House, took his picture with the president, which is, that's his thing. What's going on, Ron? Original Ron's in the comments. But Colby Covington has actually like visited the White House. When he had his last win over Tyron Woodley, I believe it was, after the fight, the president called him, or he received a call from the president during his post-fight interview. So like, and he even says, like, he like comes at me, he's like, yeah, hey, fuck you, nerds and virgins, fuck you, like he's playing the bully character kind of thing. Like, and from what his friends are saying, they're like, no, that's not him even a little bit. Like, he used to sleep on my fucking couch. He's like a dork. You know what I mean? Like, he's not, this is obviously not, he does not believe this shit. Like, so it's interesting. And I would love to see It was interesting though, because Michael Chiesa was ranked the 8th overall welterweight, and Neil Magny was the 9th, and Michael Chiesa beat him. So, would you? I don't think he would go up. I don't think he would continue to go up in ranks, right? But obviously, if you're gonna ask some, I'm gonna say obviously again. But if you're gonna call somebody out, Colby Covington's smart. He said, I believe I'm paraphrasing, but it was something along the lines of, "Your shtick is over. That guy got voted out. What are you gonna do now, Colby? I'm coming for you." Like cutting quite a promo himself, this Michael Chiesa. And I know that Ian is a fan. Again, hands on the wheel, Ian. Be safe. But I know I'm getting close so I can read, so I'm not just being a weirdo. Uh, um, but Michael Chiesa is an excellent grappler and a great talker, because also he has quite the broadcasting career with the UFC. Casey Nicholson is also pounding off in the comments. One of the hosts of the Almost on Time podcast with Heather Jean. Another Ask Pro of the podcast. Man, I'm telling you, man, shouts out. I'm excited. I love Fridays, man. I love Fridays because the weekend's here. No homework. We're going to get some snow on Monday. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. I can't wait. Casey Nichols pounding off. I don't have the reception the reception to watch. I keep getting kicked off and I'm in the state. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that, Casey. Don't worry about it. You can have the audio version. I know you can't listen live, and that sucks, Casey. I apologize. But shout out to Casey. Honestly, one of the greatest GD peeps out there. Pound off, Catcher Comedy, Catcher Podcast. But you can always listen later on. You can watch later on. It's fine. Catch up later on. We're going to be talking a lot about UFC. Hey, and honestly, not a lot. It doesn't have to be all that, but all that. But it is an exciting card. So Michael Chiesa against Colby Covington is going to be really awesome. I hope they make that fight. But this weekend is a huge card, and I got really excited because Conor McGregor's on it against Dustin Poirier. They're going to have a rematch. I'm excited about that, just to see the up-to-date, the 2020 versions of both of them against each other. I think it's just I have just as much of a prediction as I did back then. I have no idea. I don't, I think there's out of the two, I like both fighters. I was talking about this with Kirk Griffiths, friend of the show, one of the hosts of Proper Ebonics. Make sure you check it out. Kirk Griffiths and I were texting. I love talking UFC, MMA, anything with Kirk, because he is, what's going on, Cody? Hi, Cody. Hey, Cody. But I love talking UFC with Kirk because I feel like he has as much of a appreciation for it. And I don't know if he's actually, that would be a great question we could ask him if he ever does a stream with me and Andy for one of the UFCs, but asking if he has actually any training or anything. Cause I bet Kirk has some karate, something in there. He knows something. He knows a martial art. He knows how to move those long arms. But Kirk is, we were talking about some great like matchups and stuff that would come from this. You want to see Khabib fight, like he said, I'll fight whoever impresses me the most this weekend. There's a lot of content, like the and main event are all possible opponents for Khabib, and a couple of them he's already fought. So Casey is also saying, thanks, buddy. I'll see you at Josh's for the, oh yeah, hell yeah, for the watch party. See, that's another thing. Watch party. I was telling, I actually haven't asked Dom about that. I should remember, but we're both off. It should be fine. That's another thing. We both have the day off. Like, I don't know if I want to do any streaming or editing. I just kind of want to like enjoy. I like Dustin Poirier. I really like Conor McGregor, and not because this was what me and Kirk were talking about, the matchups, possible future matchups for Khabib and stuff like that. And he's very knowledgeable and very insightful in his like takes. That's what I really like about like I feel like he thinks about it as much, and he really loves, and I think he learned a lot of it. I don't know if exclusively, I don't think exclusively, but I think from the game, from UFC 3 and or 4. And I have I have somebody who like, it's easier for me to grapple in real life than it is in that game. So he's somebody that has put the time in, at least, maybe his appreciation of the video game has gotten him here. But Conor McGregor, I'm not like it's weird. I'm not like one of those like kind of bandwagoner guys, and I'm not like a Irish guy or he's the white guy or anything like that. And in this case, just like before, maybe now it's American against Irish guy. I don't dislike either one of these guys really. And then the same thing with the co-main. I don't know a lot about Michael Chandler except for what he's been like in interviews, and he's kind of whatever. But like I was saying with Kirk, he's not a professional interviewee. He's a professional fighter. He just needs to convey information or answer questions that he's asked. That's really all he has to do. That's his only obligation for interviews. He doesn't have to fucking zazz you. He doesn't have to, if he wants to be like maybe Conor McGregor. I think somebody wants to be Conor McGregor level, but like the like the underdog version of it, or like that. I feel like that's kind of what like that's what Dustin Poirier's kind of like embodying with this. But if either one of those guys win, I honestly, I just want it to be a good fight. That's the only thing. Like, I really don't care. The co-main is Michael Chandler against Dan Hooker. And I wrote down my little my notes here. The if you get a chance, they're only like 15-20 minute episodes, I think. There's UFC. It's what is it? Like, it's like Embedded, I think it's called, or something like that. It's like there's like volume 1, 2, 3, like leading up to the fight, like as they're documenting the week of the fight. So they're documenting like some of the fight interviews, like the weigh-ins, some of just questions, and they up and down the card, like in the undercard, stuff like that. And it's also on their Instagram and shit. But it's McGregor's like signing the autographing posters, and they're like pulling them away. They all do that, especially anybody on the poster, I think, or anybody on the card, the bigger names, they all sign the poster, and I think they either auction them off or give them away, whatever. And Conor McGregor is signing, his thing, but his son is there, his little toddler boy, little Conor Jr., I believe, Conor Jack McGregor, I believe his name is. I only know that because they said that in the show, by the way. I'm not a fucking weirdo. Again, I'm not one of those creep fans. I like him because of his fucking weird karate. But there is he's like, oh, get him a pen. And he gets his son a pen, and his son is like, he's like, oh, look, he's doing it too. It's like, oh, it's cute. When like somebody's kid is doing something and they think it's fucking the most adorable thing in the world, and they're like, oh my God. And you're like, that's actually kind of like insanitary. And you're like, the parent doesn't give a shit because it's cute. And it's also like, my first thought is that, but I'm also like, hey, you know what? Enjoy a little baby discovering something. That's basically what it is. He's like, oh shit, look at this. I'm going to be a star just like dad. He goes like, practices joking, sparring with them and shit. It's really cute. As far as little kids go, little kids doing any martial arts is fucking adorable. Watch a little kids getting their stripe ceremony. Oh, adorbs. I love it. I do. And I don't normally say that about human babies. It's almost exclusively animal babies that I say adorbs. So, but he was autographing, and his baby was just autographing over somebody's fucking autograph. So if they're trying to, like, all of the ones that he signed are useless or more useful, like, are people going to be like, because so I don't know, and I don't know whose autograph he covered up. I really want to do the research, but I wonder if the ones that are signed by Conor McGregor's son are worth more or less, because they actually officially ruined some autographs on there. Because he was like going right through it, tearing right through it. So the co-main, Michael Chandler against Dan Hooker, I would out of those two, I would rather Dan Hooker win the fight because I know how awesome he is. I love his accent and I love his shit talking. He's a very passive aggressive shit talker, and he's from, I believe, New Zealand. You just call it misprint. Boom, millions. Oh, okay, yeah. Like it's a rarity. It's a variant. The Connor's Son edition. I like that, especially if he ever becomes like a fighter, especially, or a star of any sort. That would be way like a little like his first, literally his first autographs. Holy shit! I think we got a pounding off from John here. I think baby, hold on. I think baby signing means he officially has to fight on this card now. Uh-oh. People love misprints. Yeah, absolutely, Cody. Fuck yeah, pounding off in the comments. I feel like I think the baby. So does the baby have to fight? But another baby didn't sign the card, so is he just gonna have to jump in another fight? Maybe. Well, really, WWE this. Dustin Poirier would never hit a baby. Maybe that's Conor McGregor's strategy. He hasn't explained how he's gonna do it. But in the UFC embedded, there is what is it? They kind of just document it. It's really cool. It's like a UFC 30 for 30 little 15-minute snips every couple days leading up to the fight. So it does kind of get you pumped for the fight. It's a great marketing tool, but it's also very entertaining in my opinion. And Dan Hooker was like saying like, I don't know how to talk shit about Michael Chandler. He's such a nice guy. And he's just like, I had to figure out a way. He's like, he's such a motivational guy or whatever. And he's just like, he's so funny that and Michael Chandler is kind of he's like a good guy. He's like a guy that you're like how could you hate that fucking guy? Come on. Like he's like, you know, like I just first of all I want to thank Christ. And you're like, all right, yeah, you're a good guy. Like John, God-fearing, pounding off in the comments. No baby versus grown man. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, that's not gonna be good. John also says, for the right price, I'd punch someone else's baby. Okay. But there is no price for you to punch your baby, is there, John? Baby Mermaid Fun right now has double digits. So let's talk price. How much is it going to cost you to punch your own kid? Actually, at that point, it's all you have to clarify at what age, because his like Conor McGregor, this is definitely the wealth gap. A lot of fighters, if not all of the fighters, including the other co-main, Dustin Poirier, even though he is a name in UFC, he has fought he's fought Khabib, he's fought Conor McGregor before. He's competed. He was the interim champion for a while. He's a very likable guy, but even he's like saying like his wife could come, but his kid couldn't, and they had to come at like separate times and all this other shit. You know, like there's still like some. He's still a name, he's still a celebrity, and he's making a good living doing what he's doing, but you can tell he's still, as far as like on the bracket, even as far as like star, he's not Conor McGregor. At least he's not flashy as much, right? You could tell they had to do like parent stuff. They're like, you have to watch, all right, so can you use the car today, or I'll use the car tomorrow? Like they don't have like stuff like that, but it's still like a Benz, you know what I mean? But but Conor McGregor showed up on a yacht to Abu Dhabi with his whole his wife is there, all of his kids, all this stuff, and it's like I almost wonder. So this is how I'm going into my picks for the weekend. Is Conor McGregor literally is just coming and wagging his dick and looks focused, is always well trained. He's always fucking dangerous. And 90%, if not like not even 90%, because he's an excellent fighter, but he loves fucking getting in your head. And Dustin Poirier said, oh, he got in my head the first time. He's not going to get in my head this time. He showed up with his entire family, calm, relaxed, shirtless, in like pajama pants, walked into Abu Dhabi like, what's up, guys? How's it going? Hello. Here's my kid. Yeah. Let's go sign some autographs. He's in, and Dustin Poirier you'll see in the embedded thing is like, oh yeah, I bring this because it reminds me of a daughter. His daughter, it's his birthday while he's out in Abu Dhabi, and it's like his daughter leaves him a message singing him happy birthday. And like, I'm like, man, I know he wants to cry right now. I know he wants to cry right now because I have no soul and I almost want to cry right now. That like, dude, this is so overwhelming right now. And he's a professional. And I don't mean this to say he embraces the underdog thing. He says all that shit. I know I'm back on the main event, but this is what goes into my head is like, but his son is there. His son, his daughter, his pregnant wife, like they strolled in on a yacht. Like he was just like, yeah, we'll come out in. He's flying over from Vegas and all this other shit. They're just breezing through, quarantine, all this other shit. I don't know. I think that might get him right back into his head because he's like, damn, he's got his fucking whole family here, man. What the fuck? So my wife is here. That's cool. I love my wife, but like, I fucking want my daughter here. I want my fucking whole family here. Why? And I think there's maybe a little thing of like, I wonder if sometimes that can be a motivator to say, I want what that motherfucker has. I want that because I've earned that. And he has. Dustin Poirier is, and that's what I think Conor McGregor is doing now. I think much like Khabib, I don't think he has anything else to prove anymore. He's just like, yeah, I'll fight you again. Because he knows he's a money fight. Conor McGregor is a money fight because he can talk shit, he can build anticipation, and he can sell any fucking fight. He made people believe, yes, maybe I was one of them. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot, that he could actually knock out Floyd Mayweather. That's the weirdest fucking thing in the world. But it's like, hey, but I was more excited to see an MMA guy against a boxing guy, like going that way, not coming the other way. Because like, again, there's so many more elements to it. Taking those elements away, that was way more interesting just to make it a pure boxing match. That's interesting to me. But I really did think, hey, he punches other people out. But I don't understand fighting as much. I don't understand boxing maybe as much. John's pounding off in the comments. He says, oh man, my kid makes me cry all the time. She yawns. It's in a cute way, and I'm leaking tears. He's probably crying, explaining that, like typing that out right now. John's an emotional guy. I'm getting there too. Don't let the bandana fool you. I'm no tough guy. But Dan Hooker's another guy. Dan Hooker's a guy that has to leave his family at home, but he's kind of a psycho. I think that like part of his brain, like in a good way, in the kind of way that like he really enjoys fighting and is willing to, like, he's focused on that. I think Dustin Poirier, I think having your wife, I don't know what it is. I think having your wife there and not your kid is like, as far as mentally is like, it would be smarter to be like, I know my daughter's at home with my wife safe. I want to get home safe to them. And I just want to fucking I want to shock the world and make them proud. Like shit like that would be cool. But like half here, half at home. It's your birthday. Like all this other shit. It's like, it seems like a lot of like, we can't really afford to bring the whole family, but we can bring, like, or maybe he was thinking, I don't want to bring my daughter. He's probably looking at Conor McGregor like, oh, we're fucking bringing kids? I didn't know we were bringing kids. What the fuck? Emotional Pat. Hell yeah. I'm learning. I'm getting it. I know how it works now, kind of. Or I at least know, let me say, I at least know where emotions would go. Like I would go like, this is something normally somebody would cry at, right? I get it. I have to either Dom watch it to see if it gets a reaction, or if it legitimately gets a reaction from me, I go, God damn. But also, I've also cried at the song Stand By Me. There's a version of it that's done globally. It's done like shit like that gets me emotional. So maybe that's why UFC, like MMA Kumite, all kinds of fighting and stuff like that. Maybe that gets people. Maybe that's what gets my blood boiling, because it's just so cool. It's such a big thing. It's the most. I've explained it a bunch of times. I love international competition like that, but the Olympics a lot of time are so fucking boring. I like when you mash them together. when you mix martial arts or you like go like ice skating, hockey, look ice, field hockey on ice, or whatever it is, like kill it, right? Maybe they tap into hunter-gatherer mindset and leave the nest. And okay, yeah. See, that's the thing. I think, yeah, that's actually a great point, Casey, pounding off in the comments and IG Live. Dan Hooker, I think, maybe has that mindset. And I bet Dustin Poirier does too, but I think he played this one wrong by bringing, maybe his wife is cornering him. Honestly, I haven't done a ton of research on his, like, maybe his wife is one of his coaches. Honestly, that may be a point. That happens all the time. Um, but if she's just there to be like, yeah, I just wanted to be here to be your buddy, that could be more of like so how you feeling? Are you nervous or what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, or she knows him. I don't know their relationship, but I just feel like splitting that up and then seeing the other dynamic of him just like having a blast. He's on vacation with his family in Abu Dhabi. Conor McGregor's like, this is my vacation. I'm not even fucking thinking about you, dude. I already beat you. Like that's how much I feel like. And Dustin Poirier, the more he says he's not in my head, I feel like the more he's in his head. And everybody, there's one episode of that UFC show I'm talking about, Embedded, where because it's his birthday, everybody keeps bringing him treats and singing him birthday, and he's trying to cut weight. It's very agonizing for him. They give him his favorite cake, which is also one of my favorite, probably my favorite cake, carrot cake. And like done at a 5-star fucking resort style place. They're like, oh yeah, here's and he's like, okay, thank you. And he puts it on the table and he's just like, okay, yeah, it's my birthday. There's that. And then like when he's leaving the interview, they give him like, hey, they're like, hey, we wanted to give you a special gift because, and they're like, okay, whatever. He's like, sure, thanks. And they bring him like these like big fruity alcoholic drinks. And he's like, thanks so much, guys. Yep. Okay. Yep. I'm just going to go to my room and try to sweat some more. And that's it. It's really funny. It's and like stuff like that. And then his wife is probably like, oh boy, that was rough, huh? And she was part of the fucking cake debacle. Dude, what are you doing bringing a full cake to somebody that's trying to drop too much weight in too short I mean, not too much weight. I honestly probably he's been doing it over time, but a lot of the people cutting weight is just basically saying, I want to get down to 155 is what they have to get down to. But he's not somebody that walks around at 155. So cake has to come, and cake is a reward. Cake is after you win. Then you give me my birthday cake. God damn it. So who knows if that was a fight? I'm projecting. I'm projecting on the Dustin Poirier. This is Patty Poirier here. But that's a move. Whereas Casey's bringing up the point of the hunter-gatherer thing. Dan Hooker, I think, also has that mentality. He's just like, no, stay home. No, stay here in Sydney. And I'm going to go over there to Abu Dhabi and I'm going to play and pound an elbow in him. Yeah. Right? Right now. That's what he's doing. We got some more pounding off in the comments here. Field of Streams makes me cry every time. Hey, Dad, want to have a couch? Oh, poor Johnny boy. You know what I mean? It's so sweet. He's such a sweet soul, this John. I don't cry at that much because I didn't really not so many catches with the dad. Also, don't watch a lot of commercials, bro. Skip ad. Ron's also pounding off here. He said maybe he needed to get away from all of the potatoes. Yeah, absolutely. Wait, who? Conor McGregor? Yeah, probably, right? That's an Irish joke, right? We got original Ron pounding off in the comments. I don't think Australia doesn't have a bunch. So essentially what I'm saying is Dan Hooker has the hunter-gatherer mentality, left the family at home. He left him at home, right? And then he went and he's going to go fucking pound. And there's probably, I don't think there's a big time change for him. And Michael Chandler, this is his first fight in the UFC after signing from Bellator. So there's people want to compare. Like, I think people are just people. Fighters are fighters. Doesn't matter as long as they make weight and they're whatever. He was an alternate for Justin Gaethje against Khabib, so he could have almost fought Khabib there. That would have been cool, but he ended up not. Pat, Field of Dreams. I saw that was Field of Stream. I thought you were watching commercials, buddy. That's pretty funny, right? You're in the dark. I told you I can't read because it's so small and I can't read. You can quote me on that. Dan Hooker. He's going to beat Michael Chandler because of his crazy legs. Also, he beat Paul Felder, but he had a crazy fight with him. Then he lost against Dustin Poirier and had a fucking crazy 5-round fight with him as well. So, I don't know. I feel like he probably wants I think Michael Chandler is going to be very anxious. First fight in the UFC. I believe probably his first fight in an empty arena or empty-ish arena. There's going to be some fans in Abu Dhabi. They're allowed to have a couple thousand people, I believe, in this arena that they built. So I think Michael Chandler, that's just, I don't know. I really don't know. But also, that's okay. If Michael Chandler wins, that's cool. I want to see him succeed. I would hate to see that, like, Dana White signed a fighter that he's like, cool, this is a great prospect, I'm going to sign this guy. And then all of a sudden he's like, like, oh, fuck, he sucks. Like Ben Askren, kind of. Honestly, I feel very confident talking shit about Ben Askren. I know for a fact that he could definitely kick my ass. But, like, probably. You know what I mean? Like, that's like 98%. Whereas, like, most of the other UFC fighters, there's 0% chance. Ben Askren is very strong, and he's also, but his striking is, like, I honestly feel like if I took, like, a couple, if I found out he wanted to fight me, I feel confident that I could train for that. No offense, but remember my thing before. John has heard me. We've pounded off back and forth. Which, by the way, I understand those texts, John. I could read those. We were talking about how much I look like Conor McGregor, and John was agreeing. He knew that I look a lot like him. When I get a fade, when I cut my hair for Andy's wedding, it's basically the same guy. You know that, John. You can quote me on that, John. Okay? So I identify with some guys. We both got ripped bods. You know what I mean? We're both, like, peak condish here. I'm taking on Ben Askren. You know what I mean? I'm not scared of him. Okay. Also, that was the thing. Khalil Roundtree was a guy that I was talking about at the beginning of this whole debacle about UFC, but he's a guy who is, I think, has a great sense of humor. He is very dedicated to martial arts, mainly Muay Thai, kickboxing, he has incredible fucking leg kicks. Check out Khalil Roundtree. I'm definitely, he's starting the fucking card out. And also, finally, some ladies that are fighting. Amanda Ribas from Brazil. I love her because she's so fucking awesome. Like, I feel like if you're going to have, instead of, like, somebody idolizing Wonder Woman, and not that I would judge, or, like, not that I would say that that's wrong. That's not a bad, like, but I'm saying, like, Amanda Ribas is, like, she's a great, like, she's another great social media follow. She's, like, just a super positive person who is, like, an absolute fucking animal in martial arts. Like, she is awesome. So, like, she is a great example for, I think, a lot of just people in general to have, like, a positive, good mindset, as well as, like, being very successful at something that, like, you would have to think is, again, there's a lot of pressure on most Brazilians in MMA, I'm sure, but, like, for ladies MMA, Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Ribas are two really awesome fighters, I feel like. Family people too, also. Ron's back. Hey, what's going on? Internet issues. What I missed? Oh boy, so much. Lots of UFC talk. I don't know if you're actually big into UFC, but if you're not a huge fan, we are wrapping up right now. I'm just talking about the last two fighters that interested me, right? So usually I like to pick people, again, like I said, Dan Hooker, love his accent, love his shit talk. McGregor, I think the autograph thing, I think that just that general thing where he's like, oh no, don't, like, he wasn't like being, he's just like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're Conor McGregor and Conor McGregor's son, fucking do whatever you want. His whole family, he's so comfortable there. He made himself right at home. He turned it into, instead of it being an away, it's a home and away now. It feels like a home and away now. Home and away now. Home and away now. So I feel like McGregor, Hooker, Khalil Roundtree, obviously. Amanda Ribas is on the same card. But Jessica I against, I can't remember her first name, Calderwood. Calderwood is another one. Another fight where I like both fighters. If either one of them win, that's cool. I do have one that I'd prefer to win, and that's Jessica I, because Jessica I is an advocate, much like me. That's what people like to call themselves when they're not they don't want to just call themselves stoners or weed enthusiasts. I'm an advocate for marijuana. And apparently I learned this listening to the Unfiltered podcast with Jim Norton, and usually Matt Serra, but this time it was Robert Kelly. Very funny, by the way. Robert Kelly and Jim Norton just complaining about being old people, old fucking fat white guys before talking to like elite athletes. It's pretty funny. But Jessica I was apparently the first female fighter to have a fight overturned and to actually pop positive for marijuana and to have her like it be a no contest. Isn't that fucking crazy? Like that's where like she was, because Nick Diaz, I don't know if anybody knows, if you're familiar, was suspended for 5 years for testing positive for marijuana because it was a performance enhancing what is it, substance, right? She's 420 friendly. Yeah, exactly. So like when they brought that up to her just recently, the UFC has, and it's funny because everybody started posting pictures of the Diaz brothers saying like, oh shit, look for 2021, lots of Diaz brothers fights, which is totally possible. Both Nick and Nate Diaz say they want to fucking fight this year. So that's going to be fucking cool as shit. But she was like, hell yeah, I'm fucking down for that, because not only have I gotten popped before, but she also said like, yeah, there's motherfuckers still in prison right now, even though it's mostly legal everywhere else for, selling all this other shit. So that turned me, because anybody, god damn it, hold on. Calderwood. I'm going to look up Calderwood. I feel like, hold on a second. I can't remember her name, her first name, but I want to, hold on. UFC, Calderwood. They had a whole betting thing. Hold on. Of course they don't have anybody. God damn it. But basically her accent, she sounds so fucking funny. She's a not funny like Joanne Calderwood. Sorry. Jesus Christ. See if I can find a clip of her talking here. Hold on. There we go. Oh, god damn it. Here it is.
Jojo Calderwood here. I'm a grateful foreign research athlete. Just about to start my warm-up. I have my foreign catalyte and
yeah, Ian got it. But she has like, it's funny because in that same interview that I was listening to, that I learned about Jessica I and her popping for PEDs apparently. We eat. Am I right? That's what you're here for. But the Joanne Calderwood they brought up the fact Robert Kelly was like, oh, doesn't she have just the most adorable accent? Wouldn't you? And it's funny because she's a professional fucking mixed martial arts fucking killer. And she's like, hello, I can't even do it. I obviously can't do it, but like the coolest Scottish accent ever. Sounds like Bjork. Yeah. A Scottish Bjork. That's very, yeah. Hold on. We got some pounding off. Ian was helping me out with the name. We got Joanne Calderwood from Ian. Thank you so much, buddy. Damn, my internet. I'm gonna have to go back. Oh, come on. Yeah, you can watch on YouTube. Thanks so much for reminding everybody, Ron Barindro, premium Ron in the podcast. chat on Instagram Live at Baby Mermaid Productions. If you've missed any part of the episode you want to catch up, you can watch from the beginning on YouTube after the show. I do post it there. I also post the audio only version until the next episode is out. So it goes episode to episode, and you can catch that anywhere. So those don't live on forever. So make sure you listen to while you can, wherever you're driving. So this one will be the nice weekend show getting everybody excited for the fucking fights. But Joanne Calderwood is another one where I love her fighting style and I love her accent. I think she's cool. She's a cool chick. Out of either one of those, I guess I'll go with the more 420 friendly of the two. I'm sure that Calderwood's not like pro banning weed. It's not a like plus minus like that, but it's just one of those ones where they're like when somebody's asked a question and they're like, hell yeah. Ron's also saying Bjork was one of my first weird musical crushes. I think that was with a lot of guys. My buddy Robert back in Florida was big into Bjork. Like he had a huge crush on her. What he was like, I think that was the thing, is not only is she pretty, like she's like physically pretty, but also I think she's also admirable. Like she's really, really good at her art. So I think that's another thing. I think people that aren't, what is it? Intimidated by that, like intimidated by like somebody being really impressive, especially when you're like, oh, I want, because I think again, traditionally, maybe with more male role model, like male people, male people. I sound like a fucking alien. I've got to take the green headband off. She's like a person who is just so confident and excellent at what she does, and so beautiful. Like it's like you're like, she's hot, but like she's like hot like on the inside too. Like she's cool and she's like has good taste and she's whatever. Like I don't know, I'm saying it like Bill and or Ted, but there's an impressed nature to. That's what I think that's what I like about some MMA fighters. Not necessarily like it's cool that they're fearless in that way, but then there's also some that I'm like, I think maybe it's they don't know. Like Valerie Loreda is a female fighter from Bellator that is incredibly impressive in mixed martial arts and stunning. She's beautiful. And with all due respect to my wife, obviously, but she is also a Puerto Rican broad, much like my wife. And maybe that's a type. You know what I mean? Confident women that can kick motherfuckers' asses is awesome to me. So like seeing Bjork be like, she can go perform in front of like thousands and thousands of people, and also make incredible art, like capture it, record it, stuff like that. Like that's cool. That's all original music and shit like that. That's the impressive part. I don't know all original music. I honestly don't know that much about Bjork. Casey's also pounding off. Every girl wants to be described as hot on the inside. You should hit Dom with that one. Like, oh yeah, absolutely. I'll keep the headband on too, Casey. Right? I'm gonna be like, hey, guess what? You look fucking hot as fuck on the inside. And she'll go, oh, boom. They'll hit the floor. But Valerie Loreda, I think, is again with all due respect to my wife, is a woman who was being criticized for posting like hot girl pics on Instagram. You know what I mean? She was kind of belittled and it's weird. I think it's weird that people are kind of allowed to bully people when they're like hot. It's weird when people are allowed to make fun of people for being like, her opponent just kept calling her. And again, I say allowed. These are two mixed martial arts fighters that are going to fight. They're allowed to do a lot. They can do kind of whatever the fuck they want. But when they say like, she's like, oh, she's just an Instagram model. She got fucking knocked the fuck out by that Instagram model. And then she made merch like out of that knockout. Like she made a silhouette of that knockout and made fucking t-shirts. I fucking love that, dude. I fucking love that. I don't even give a shit if I don't care. I'm not like, oh, team hot guy or ladies, you know. I don't care. Those are two completely separate things. She could look like Nick Diaz, and if she did shit like that, that's fucking cool as shit. If there was a hot dude that was like, somebody goes like, you're just an internet model dude, and he's just like, okay, fool. But gosh, you know what I mean? Like, that's impressive to me. That's a thing where like, that's when people say, you know, shut up all the haters. That's fucking shut. That's literally somebody hating on you, talking shit about you, stepping in the ring, and then being defeated by you. That's so fucking cool. I don't know. Hold on. Oh god damn it. Panty dropper. Hell yeah. Casey's pounding off in the comments. John's also pounding off. He says Winona Ryder's Bjork impression on SNL is a classic. I'll have to check that out, John. Ian's also pounding off. He says, your soul makes me so wet. Yeah, exactly. You got to get deep in there. You got to give them really specific compliments about their emotional hotness. You got to let them know how emotionally hot they are. I got you, Premium Ron. Hold on. How have I not seen this? Hold on. What? God damn it. Oh, the Bjork thing. Okay, I got you. Pound off in the comments, guys. Get in here, pound off. At Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram, at Baby Mermaid Productions on YouTube. You can catch all the episodes if you don't get to catch them live. Those are my picks. Jessica I, Amanda Rebus, Khalil Roundtree, Dan Hooker. I'm all over the place. This is not even basically, this is not very much in order. And then also Conor McGregor. I think, yeah, I feel good about that one. And possibly look for a stream with me and Andy watching a live watch along. And if we do, most likely enjoying Kirk's company if he is willing to join us. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We got, yeah, he's sharing the comment now. Sorry. So catch Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram for the link that John just shared. That is Winona Ryder's apparently incredible impression of Bjork. Now, Winona Ryder's very beautiful as well and very confident. She steals stuff right on camera. And I don't even have to say allegedly. She did that and then went to jail. So we got a lot of so I was really upset when I found out we had to get the car up to date for the inspection. We had to make sure our door could close again. Boo. Literally, almost the entire time, I believe the entire time I did hacks, our door was ratcheted shut because I had to like tear part of the panel off and like you know, like furniture tie it down. Use like a bungee cord. I did that to hold the door shut just to make it, literally, because I go, well, I'm gonna have to take it in for inspection, so we'll get it fixed someday. The whole time during the summer quarantine break, we need to get back on letting the hot people of the world get away with crimes. I agree, John. That's a very astute point, John. Very good point. What do you say? Imprison the ugly. Well, hold on now. Wait, hold on. Which side am I on again? Am I the beautiful or the ugly? Depends on if I have my headband on and I tell you how beautiful your insides are. Wait, that's not the same, is it? Casey, that's not the same, right? What was it before? You're hot on the inside. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, I just realized the difference between a compliment and a veiled threat. Apparently, if you word it differently, saying your insides are hot, you're hot on the inside, to saying you have very hot insides. Your insides are hot. I sound like Jack the Ripper. I sound like again, this is a shout out to a reference that John made, because I was calling Stanley, old Lord Stanley over there. He's sleeping on the chair, loving it. I referred to him as Stan Makita because that's a nice little nickname that I have. I like hockey themed nicknames with the kitty cats. That's Klawongo. Klowpoke is Klawongo. Retired goalie. She's retired now, so she's not she's Klowpoke. But Lord Stanley, right? Stan Makita's Donuts, the reference in Wayne's World, where Al Bundy, Ed Asner, nope, not Ed Asner. What's his name? Oh, that's gonna fucking kill me. But he was talking about the Native Americans when they kill people in the snow and their soul. This looks like their soul comes out. It's fucking awesome. I love it. Oh my god, hold on. All right. Yeah, Imprison the Ugly. I want to look on your insides and see how hot they are. Yeah, see, John is getting the wording right. Like, I feel like that's more of the threat, buddy. We got Ron also pounding off, Premium Ron, saying, how can we talk about Christina Ricci, all the hot, what, hold on, what? How can we not talk about Christina Ricci? All this hot Winona Ryder talk, and the other 90s actor. What about all the other 90s actresses? Oh, no. I mean, we were talking about Bjork. 2000s. Ed O'Neill. Thank you so much, Ian. God damn it. So I want it. I don't want you to say any of those things you guys are saying. Don't say that they're hot on the inside. Wait, no, say that they're hot on the inside. Don't say that their insides would probably feel hot in my hand. Internal body temperature is 98 degrees. Don't say that. Don't say stuff like that. John's also pounding off. He says, well, Ricci was a teen in the 90s. Okay, well, take it easy, John. I really liked, and it was age appropriate at the time. So I'm not saying currently. At the time, just remember that preface right now. Ron, don't 3D print this audio out. I really was into Christina Ricci at the Casper era, during the Casper era, her time in the movie Casper. That was, so I believe that was age appropriate. I was not, I don't think I was old. I definitely wasn't older than her. But then also, but what, how did that even come up? We're talking about Winona Ryder, I think, because, oh yeah, because she could steal stuff. That's what it was. John wants to give her the privilege to steal stuff. Still can't bring up comments here on the fucking desktop. That's fucking sucks. I don't understand that. I wish I could. I wish I understood that more. But I was really upset. Getting back to my original point, talking about having to get my car fixed, our car fixed, the one car that we have. I knew. See, I was avoiding. I didn't want to sound like a creep, and I didn't want to be Ian Strong. Ian Strong, official creep of GDP, hired on. Yeah, here we go. Casper was great, and I'm a big Devon Sawa guy. That makes sense. I think John definitely identified with Devon Sawa growing up. He's probably doing a lot of this, going to church. We had to we had to fix the car, and it's going to be quite a pricey. It turns out when a car just then the door just stops closing, and then also you need brakes all over, and you need what's the other thing? Not routers, but rotors. Yeah, it gets up there. So we have to get a lot of car work done, and that's fine or whatever. We were stressed a little bit about the work, the price and everything like that, being able to cover it. But also I was really fucking bummed out that I wasn't going to be able to order the UFC. And then I got a really kind invite from a friend of mine to watch over at their house. And so either way, I may just, pocket that money, even though we ended up figuring out the car issue, the price and everything like that. And of course, I was struggling to budget for the UFC that I could watch this weekend and not illegally stream, because I am a weirdo like that. I don't necessarily, maybe it's just because, and I think it literally is because I am somebody who is trying to create content for money. Obviously, it's not directly, this is not a paid platform at all, and there's no paywall whatsoever, but this is something that I would like to do for a living one day. So I kind of feel like the same thing of like, hey, they're putting on a fucking incredible I guess to use wrestling terms, to use terms I hear a lot from Manny and Youngblood, they're putting on a great fucking product. This is a fucking incredible thing that they've really been doing, and every one of these cards has been incredible. So like, I'm like, yeah, it's where I would pay. So essentially that would mean actually I feel like I got 3 pay-per-view caliber cards for $20 each, roughly, or 20, 21, $22 each. What the fuck? That's great, right? Oh, they're just talking about more creepers. I'm a GD creeper. Hell yeah, peeping and creeping. See, that's the thing. We got Aspros, we got Art Dicks, and we got GD peeps and creeps. You're still welcome. Everybody's welcome. Pounding off. Remember, it's not just positive. It's everything. Pound up, pound down, pound all around. Creeping and peeping. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So all of the possible troubles, at least with that, were, they, in one day, we went from going like, okay, we're going to get the car fixed. We're excited. Yay. To, oh, fuck, how the fuck are we going to afford that? To, oh, like that. Okay, we figured it out. So we're roller coaster day. I'm working with my buddy at my buddy's business the whole day. Dom's dealing with the car stuff. And then all of a sudden, Clopoke has this weird croaky meow. And then she's losing her voice. She's losing her meow. We think that right now we set up a kitty cat doctor's appointment for her. As soon as we could get her in was Tuesday. But like she straight up lost her voice. We don't know what, most likely what it is as always, as any pet owner knows, when your cat or dog has an issue, like let's just say something like, oh, they have a runny nose or something like that. It could be anything from stress to cancer. So we right before bed, we're like frantically Googling because we're like, what the fuck is this? Is she in pain? Is she in discomfort? Do we need to take her to the kitty cat ER? She seems fine. She's not like, she still eating and drinking, sleeping, whatever. But she just, every once in a while, it seemed like she was having trouble swallowing. And take it easy, Ian. That's my kitty cat. And then, or like, is she actually in discomfort? Like, is she sick? Most likely what it is a respiratory infection, but it could be allergies, or it could be stress from Lord Stanley bugging her too much. Could be her literally losing her voice. She could need a dehumidifier, or humidifier, not a dehumidifier, a humidifier, all this other thing. So Tuesday we should find out, but as of right now, she is okay. She doesn't seem like she's in discomfort, but she just can't talk. And she's a very talkative kitty cat, which sucks because I feel bad, because usually when I see her, I say, hey, baby, blah, 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 hey, booby, blah, 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 baby talk, lots of that, full sentences with the cats. And she usually talks back. She meows, she does whatever. She does like to communicate, which sucks. But she, hopefully it's nothing too serious, but we're going to take her, and we have her vet visit that we're going to have to take her in on Tuesday. I did not schedule it on a show day, not just a bandana rack. And then also not long after that, I think it's that Friday, which is a show day, but we just got in that loop with him. Stanley goes back for his next checkup and more shots that he's going to take. And maybe we can finally figure out when we can cut his nads off, because that might be another stressor for Clopoke. Maybe his hormones are freaking her out. Whatever the fuck it is. Could be anything. The life of a kitty cat parent. You know what I mean? Nobody will ever really understand. Rehumidifier. Oh, okay. John got it. I got you, John. Everyone watching the fights should be willing to throw money in a hat to pitch in for the price of the card. Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with that, Casey. Dudes rocking, hell yeah. Just guys being dudes. Hell yeah, dude. Ian's also pounding off in the comments. He said, my watch party is contribute to the pay cost or bring something to eat for everyone to enjoy. That's nice. Yeah. Contribute to the party. Casey's also pounding off. Poor kitty cat. I appreciate that. I'll let her know you said that. You can do homemade humidifier by slow boiling hot water on the stovetop. Oh, okay. That might help. Hey, look at that. So just boil water, just leave it. I mean, obviously don't let it just sit there for all day, but just boil water uncovered. I'll do that. Slow boiling hot water. I'll try that. We're going to rehumidify this house. Make this house humid again. Because the weird thing with Chloe is something we discovered when we were still living in Florida was she has an issue where she does have like allergic reactions. It feels like her skin, she used to like really itch a lot. So I don't know if it's with cats, it's so all their health is stress related. And there's been obviously quite a bit of stress. It's only been 2 full weeks that Stanley's been out of kitten quarantine. So either 2 or 3 weeks, not long that he's been out. We broke him. So I don't know. It could be just that she's been hissing and growling and all this shit at him for that entire time. Not the entire time. It's not every interaction, but there's days that we spend out of the house. I'm not here every day, all day. So there could be those days. It could be just too dry because maybe she does have some. My allergies were really bothering me yesterday, and that's when this started. Maybe we're on the same allergy schedule. I don't know. Casey's pounding off here. She says, my dad does this. He's a MacGyver. Hell yeah. That's really smart. Tell him thank you. Uncovered. Hell yeah. I'll bring a hot plate up here too. She likes to hang out up here. She really likes hanging out near the heater too. I just don't want it to be. I don't know if there was anything that. I don't think it's like whatever Dobby had, because it's been months since he's passed away. So I don't think it was anything like that. I think this is something related to Stanley, or it could just be her. And like it's just been really cold and she's been spending a lot of time up here in the attic that is not usually heated. I have brought a heater up since to dehumidify. I think a heater would dehumidify the room, right? So then I'm going to boil some water and pour it up here, right, Casey? That's what you're saying. And then and that should be, then she should be okay. So we're gonna do Western Pennsylvania medicine. I'm excited. Yeah, because I think she's I don't know if you're actually from Pittsburgh, but I know you're a Pittsburgh fan, right? Is that Western? Yeah, that's Western Pennsylvania, right? Yeah, I'll try it. I'll pour some boiling hot water all over Chloe, like you suggested. No, on the floor next door. What am I talking about? I don't want to hurt her. I think honestly, and now we've opened Pandora's box. We can't put fucking Stanley back into kitten quarantine. And we shouldn't have to, because at this point we need to move forward as a goddamn kitten family and live our lives free of stress and all this territorial bullshit. But I think once we cut his nuts off, I think it's going to help a little bit. If we get some of that spray that you can just like mace them with like catnip or whatever, I don't know, they mace them and make them nice and calm. Do that. We'll spray them. Apparently you're supposed to have, if you have 2 cats that you're trying to get them used to like eating together and all this stuff, you're supposed to get them the exact same dish. So we got to get 2 brand new dishes. Those are some things that we've looked at. But whatever that can bring our sweet little Ariel's voice back. Her name's not, it's Chloe, but still. Klopok, and I think Dom would appreciate that comparison. Hell yeah, humanity for the queen. Hell yeah. Well, she's technically, Chloe's the princess. Dom's the queen. I'm the king. That's the Lord. Oh, little Lord Stanley. Man, he's so cute. Ah, what a cutie pie. But he's sleeping. That's the only thing. I have some backup here. I got the Dusters back as my co-host, just in case. this was supposed to keep them. See, we didn't have air duster for the longest time, and that's probably what happened. Clubbook went horse from a cat. Can you believe it? Horse from a cat. Who knew? Do that. Close that off. Car repairs. So overall, I think I don't know that I want like I want to be able to. We had a whole plan for like the car. We were like, okay, so if we can fix the car, get it street legal for like around this amount of money, and I think that's my overall deal. I feel helpless when I have to do like car repair stuff. When I have to get car repair, so I specifically seeked out a person that I feel like I know, and I feel like I could trust, and that if something went bad or something like that, I could say if I would have like some kind of line of contact that I could, you know what I mean? So like I've met this person, the normal mechanic that I brought my car to, who is somebody who had the exact same car as I had, would tell me honestly like, oh yeah, that's not that big of a problem, or usually when that happens it's just this, let me do that. Like he was very aware of, like he had almost the exact same car and knew everything that was like that was awesome. And he was honest. A lot of times he's like, yeah, your brakes are like this, but like he's like, they're going bad, but you could go a little bit longer without, you don't have to do that right now. You could save money on this and do the, you know what I mean? Like safely. And I felt safe with his recommendations. So when that place closed, I was like, fuck, I don't know that guy personally. I don't know where he ended up. So I had to find somebody new. We had very particular problems that I'm like, I don't know if just a regular mechanic, and not to say I don't know what a regular mechanic is necessarily, but a mechanic would be able to like, I don't know if is that a body work thing, or is this or is it like a mechanic thing? I don't know. So I literally had to go, okay, so who knows a mechanic? Oh, okay, oh, I trust you, so I trust that person. I know this person, so I'm gonna ask them. Can like like I just want to give you the business. Tell me, not the business, but like the business of my business, because I don't know who else. Because otherwise, I know nothing about cars. I know nothing about repairing cars. I know nothing about that, and so I don't want to just take it to anybody. Like I don't want to take it to any kind of whatever chain or anything. And so unless I actually knew that I could trust who was looking at the car or whatever it may be. And so I did have that. So when that price comes back and you go like, shit, this kind of fucks up a lot of our plans. And also the initial reaction of not knowing that, then also you add on top of that the kitty cat problems that you go like, oh fuck, how is this going to be like when we're at a stage now where we've been able to grow as like, we're still not great with money, but we're getting so much better, and we're like learning how to at least function successfully in the world of like credit and bill paying, being responsible and shit like that. We're guiding ourselves through this thing because we don't have a lot of great examples, like as far as just because it's overwhelming. And that's why it's hard, because a thing that people always say is like that shit should be taught in schools. Yeah. But also like everybody should kind of, I think you should want to know how to do this. Like not focus on what your position is, or go like, I can't do this because of my position. I can't do this of where I am, but literally just focusing on how you personally can get yourself or your family out of it. And I'm not saying this is not a bootstraps thing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying take that and form that to however you're. Some people it's going to be very like, with us it has been a lot of questions, and we are just asking each other, and we're like, and a lot of trial and error, over life, including kitty cat parenting. Legitimately, that's the thing, is like something we always want to try to be better at everything. So when you're driving around, and that's why it wasn't that big of a deal to me to not have the car functioning 100% like how it should, except for the fact that I couldn't sit next to my wife when I was driving. That sucked. But it was funny to have her get out and have everybody think that she was kissing her Uber driver. That was funny when I would drop her off to work or something like that. I will miss that a little bit once the car's fixed. But I don't like and you can't trust that everybody is going to try to be the same way. Not everybody wants to be the best version of whatever they are. And that's okay. That's where the whole body shaming argument I feel like comes in, is where like people are projecting their inadequacies on someone else. If you are comfortable in your body, that doesn't mean that that is the correct body. Just because you don't like feeling made to be made small or big or whatever it may be, doesn't mean you need to adapt the mindset to your lifestyle. That's the key. It is still your responsibility, but like it's not like, it just was when the focus is, and especially with somebody like, I feel like possibly having a somewhat of a learning disability. I definitely learn weird. I definitely don't cling on life, like, and common sense, even something like eating healthy. That was something I had to like focus on. That was something, and I don't eat healthy. Actually, I fucking forgot to order lunch. Fuck. God damn it. I was going to DoorDash Popeyes. See, I'm still an idiot. I'm still learning, but it's moderation. Like stuff like that. I have to learn how I can function as myself, live better. Also, Pat, start taking a lot more fucking vitamins. You know what I mean? Like that was the thing. Like pay attention to having like giving your body the things it needs to form, like to perform correctly. Shit like that is stuff that like, and that's why I don't think like, oh yeah, well, you didn't have an example of it. Like I don't think you normally have to teach somebody that. That's kind of a common sense thing. And it's also it's an outlook thing. It's a perspective thing. Some people necessarily aren't thinking like, oh, I can do anything really, but I just gotta like, some of it's gonna be really fucking hard for me. And that's how I try to approach everything, is realistically. I don't know everything. I don't know a lot. I am ignorant to a lot of things, and not necessarily all of them are important, and not all of them are important to me, but stuff like keeping like if I'm going to choose to have pets, it's the same way I think about people that have children. You created life. Like it did not ask to be created. So like if you aren't trying your best to give that being the best in the, like that kind of thing of like, that's how I would approach raising a kid. I'm not saying it's the right or wrong reason. That's the thing of like, that's how I personally view it. So it's not like, oh, I wouldn't have kids because I like to stay up late or like to do whatever I want. If this year has taught us like the past year, 2020 taught us anything, it's fucking, you have to adapt. You have to adapt everything. Everything, and everything kind of is adaptable. That's only speaking from my personal perspective of so far. It's not, some things have been really fucking hard, but when we actually did like a credit, one of those credit websites, I don't want to give them a plug, but one of those credit websites where they tell you like your score, and then they also tell you like, oh, here's how you fix it, and here's what it, like when we actually got eyes on it and we looked at like a strategy to fucking build, like fix our credit, we could get kind of normal credit to get to a point where I don't feel like I've ever been, is when I go car shopping, I can go say, I want that car. Like I can shop for a car, go there, and know confidently when they look at my information, I give them the down payment. I don't. So like, that's like when you have a goal like that, when you're like that, that focused on shit like that, like when you have setbacks like this shit, it's not like, it doesn't seem insurmountable, but if you add that with a lot of other stuff, it can be like overwhelming. So I try to not just plow through it, but like fix it as I go. Trial and error through everything. Like whether it be streaming, whether it be comedy, editing, fucking everything. Everything I feel like, not everything. And that's the thing, is like that comes with self-reflection, is not everything is self-taught, but I feel confident in the things that I'm self-taught because I've seen the worst parts of me doing that. I've been at the part where I'm drinking nonstop fucking soda and eating terrible fucking food. Like, and not terrible fucking food, but like it's terrible when you eat it all the time. That's the part where like you can have a fucking chicken sandwich. Have a chicken sandwich. Have a sandwich. Have bread, Karen. God damn it, Karen. Eat bread. Unless you have like an allergy, right? Happy Friday. Oh yeah. Hi, Mom. Eat bread. They're eating bread. They're probably on lunch right now, eating bread. Have bread. But you know, I thought about that at jiu-jitsu. This is how fucking it like weird fucking mentally I get into jiu-jitsu. I try to like clean any stinky areas, which is very polite. I know that's kind. You should do that anyway, but especially if somebody's face is going to be near it, possibly. Go the same way with sex. But like I even think that I go, man, do I smell like onions or do they smell like onions? And is it onions or is it BO? With me, I know it's not BO because I do put on some kind of thing that won't make me super stanky because I am going to try to smother you. And I would rather you like pass away in a nice spring meadow rather than like something like a soy sauce and onion factory. So if I can get as much and now again for competition, that's going to be completely different. I will eat as many onions as possible. But I actually did the reflection and realized I think I eat onions every day. Every single day of my life. I feel like I have some sort of onion. Whether it be in a salad, on a sandwich, on a burger. But usually in a soup, stuff like that. Like most of the things I eat have onion. So I can't identify with somebody that is grossed out or hates onions. Gross. My mom, apparently. Red onions, white onions. Eat bread, Karen. Charles likes that in the comments. Hold on, I got some more people pounding off here. Best Twitter bro I've read. IQ at 128 credit score at about the same. Hell yeah. Oh, that's a Twitter burn. Oh my God. Oh, it's snowing now? No, it's not snowing here. Sorry. Oh man. Yeah, John's pounding off about mechanics. I wish I could get the fucking chat up here, but I can't. I'm too far back now. I apologize. Everybody pounding off in the comments. I'll keep up to date. Look, we got more. Onions in a salad make me physically angry. Cooked is fine. We can still be buds, but this is on a day-by-day basis with Premium Run. I tell you what. It's a roller coaster. You want to talk about roller coasters? The car, the cat, all this other stuff, and then boom. There you go. Ron put me on another roller coaster. Some people do have that. That might be a texture issue. Maybe Ron doesn't like that, or maybe you just don't. You like some of that stankiness cooked away. Who knows? But I want it to be. I say, who knows, a pun. I'm trying not to say that a bunch, Stanley. You understand? Hey, he is out. He might. No, he's breathing. Okay, he's okay. I thought Chloe finished him off. I'm with Ron on this one. Well, I mean, some people, but eating onions every day is just something that's on. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but I like a lot of stinky food. So I try to think, even still, am I sweating onion smell out? Like, do I eat that much onion that I sweat? It's not like BO, but like my sweat, do I actually raw? Okay, sorry. She's saying she was probably saying gross about the other thing. That's probably what it was. She loves onions too, raw or cooked. Sweet onions are the easiest to cut without tears. trick for everybody at home. Casey was giving us a life tip, a life hack earlier about what was it? God damn it, I already forgot it. Oh yeah, the humidifier. Just boiling water on the stove in a room, just slow boiling it. Slow boiling hot water is what she said. Slow boil hot water to make an at-home humidifier. We're gonna try that for Clopoke. But life hack for you mofos out there: if you're cutting onions, any onions that are stinky, any kind that bother you, doesn't matter. This works for all of them. Have a little ice bowl. Have a bowl that you can, whatever onions you're, like if you're cleaning onions, like if you're just cutting them up, like taking the skin off, if you're not ready to chop them yet, put them in ice water. Put them in a little ice bath, and they won't make you cry. It's really interesting. There's something about when you cut the onion, when you're like the knife breaks through the skin of the onion, it like shoots all that fucking onion juice up into the air, so you actually breathe it in. So the thing is, if you can cut that and like push it off to the side, you're kind of mitigating the onion shit getting kicked up in the air. The more you cut into it, the more you're manipulating the onion. The more layers you're tearing off, the more you're actually handling the onion, the more you're making it shoot out all them spores. If I put an onion, hold on, we got Ron here pounding off here. Its texture, it's like biting into an apple, but the apple tastes like ass. Casey's also pounding off. She says, if you put onion peels in your socks when you sleep, it will clear mucus from your lungs. The fuck are you talking about? This at-home medicine. I don't believe that one, Casey. And honestly, I don't think people would like onion feet either, because I put my feet, people's faces too. What helps me not cry when chopping onions? Being a fucking man. Okay, well, it's literally just a physical thing. Ian, not so strong when it comes to confidence about cutting onions. He seems pretty inadequate. He's projecting a lot of he wants to show his manliness, but he doesn't even eat raw onions because they're icky. How can you say you're a man when you're like yucky? Sounds like voodoo. You're right, Lemaire. It is voodoo. I never done this. Raw onions are gross. Everybody hates raw onions. You're there for Flavor Town when they're cooked and they get nice and soggy and clear, and you have them on your fucking Crystal Burger, or not Crystal Burger, sorry, White Castle up here. I like raw onions, just not in a salad. What the fuck does that mean? You like raw onions, but you don't like to eat them when they're at their best. I get it. We got Ron also saying, coat onions in caramel, offer them to guests at your Halloween party. That might be the last Halloween party. People wouldn't want to come anymore, I don't think. I don't mind raw onions. I don't mind cooked onions. I've actually, speaking of what Premium Ron is saying there, diced onions on a hot dog. Yeah, that's really great. A little bit of spicy mustard. Booyah. There you go. Love it. Great textures and flavors. But Premium Ron, he wouldn't like it. But I actually have bit into an apple, or to an onion like an apple. I did it once at a job I worked at, and I did it, and then I was just immediately regretted it, because you do cry no matter how manly you are. You will cry if you bite into an apple, or into an onion like an apple. But also realize that I had to finish the apple, or the onion. I keep calling it an apple. I think that's what I had to do, was like, I have to continue to just mind over matter this as much as possible. But it was pretty impossible. But I did it because I'm a man, damn it. Just like Ian. No, we do have more snow coming though. Casey was pounding off a little bit about where it's snowing. She might be, she's getting bad reception where she is. She might be in snow country. But I believe by Monday or Tuesday, we should have a fuck ton of snow coming, baby. 8 inches. Who knows? Grilled onions on steak fajitas. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. God damn it. I wish we hadn't gone on the fucking food talk when I just realized I forgot to order my lunch, and I know it's going to be at least another hour. I should do that now. Hold on. Pat's going to try to multitask. Hopefully a lot of this is going to be autocorrect or auto finish. Hold on. So ultimately, onions. I know actually my best friend back in Florida, Robert, actually, he has a physical reaction when he eats onions. Not like a almost 70 in here in sunshine. Wow. Okay. 70 degrees, almost 70. Does that mean over 70 or under 70? So it's like 69. That's probably why she didn't want to say it. 69 degrees and sunshine. Here it is 40. I'm fucking giving the weather report live on GDP. 39 degrees and mostly cloudy. I think the onion talk, like Chris, actually, I do surround myself with a lot of people that hate onions, but when I'm thinking about like I'm eating this much, whatever it is, there's a lot of people. I just think about when people get on top of me and they smash their fucking ghee into my face. You know, there's one guy that smelled like weed and Chinese food. I was a big fan of him. There's some people that's usually it's BO and something else. One guy smells like straight up soup. Every time I roll with him, he just straight up smells like fucking soup. And you know what I'm talking about. Not, you can't say which soup. There's not like there's not a type of soup. Hold on a second. We got Casey pounding off here. She says, I've been told, or I've hold on, what? I've been told I'm a super taster. What? I need flavor overwhelms. Wait, hold on. Oh, you're super taster. Oh, really? Wow. I need a flavor. I need a flavor overwhelms the entire meal. Onion flavor. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. No, that was a typo. That was her. Sorry. That's not me. That's not me, guys. Rosemary and black pepper is the mix. Maybe some garlic. Yeah. I like that, Ron. I like your style. You don't need, I'm not saying onions, you need them for the flavor, but I like the flavor of onions. But I'm thinking more, again, I try to use my projection in a positive way of saying, okay, this person probably smells like, this guy probably has a shit ton of soup in his house. And like I was saying, it's a nondescript soup, but it's a soup. It's a very distinct, if you will, soup flavor. Smell. I said flavor. I don't taste this ghee often. Unless, again, he's a brown belt. Unless he says you have to taste my ghee, but that's weird. I just knocked that over. Okay, there we go. Sorry, Stan. But I want to, I want it to be considerate, and I want to make sure. So I'll shower a lot of times, sometimes before class and after class. I'll, make sure, like Ron was doing earlier, whore's bath. You do a whore's bath in the sink. Hit all the stinky parts. Make sure that, just in case. But if somebody asks me to give up my onions, I don't know if I can do that. I'll put on deodorant so I don't smell like onions. But if onions make me smell, I can't help it. I love them. I'll have them every day. Had them yesterday. Had them the day before. What's today? I don't know what I'm going to order. No, I probably won't have them today. So. Actually, nope, I will. Because I put them in shepherd's pie. See? I wish every time I had I had 80, wait, hold on, what? I had 80 people, I had Bo people were just positive and said, dude, probably just has a lot of soup. Yeah. Oh, BO people. I wish every time I had BO people were just like, hey, I'm sure he has a lot of soup. Okay, sorry about that, Ron. Again, I'm reading off a little tiny screen here. I'm running on fumes here. You know, it's been a long week. It's my first full week back at jiu-jitsu. 4 days this week. I feel good. I feel healthy. I feel ready to get into the word of the day. I think I'm going to get into it right about now. So, word of the day. A lot of them this week have been interesting, difficult, not my favorite words, and not ones that I feel like I'm necessarily going to use on a regular basis, but kind of fun to say. Mondays was mansuetude, which I thought was fun because I kept saying it as if I were Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay. Sorry, Cassius Clay. Mansuetude is just means meekness. So if maybe so a lot of maybe it can be misleading sometimes when an MMA fighter shows quite a bit of mansuetude. It can be misleading to the performance in the ring later on. Wait, no, I don't know. I didn't use that in the sentence properly, probably because it's not my favorite. Wednesdays was a French word, which is just so specific. If there isn't already, I thought, I don't know if they just don't have bars in France or maybe a word for bars, but estamana. Wait, what was it again? Estamane. I can't remember it. Holy shit. It's a small cafe, small French cafe that also sells alcohol. Estaminet. That's what it was. Estaminet. Estaminet. Know about that silent T, baby. So, mansuetude and estaminet. This one is going to be probably just as hard and just as fucking useless. So let's get it the fuck over with. I actually meant to do this earlier, but I ended up talking about pretty much for the whole first hour UFC. And who knows if it actually all actually made sense together, but we'll find out later on when we listen on anywhere you listen to your audio podcasts. If you go to Google, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, you can find the Gross Domesticated Podcast. Subscribe there, and I'll post the latest episode until the next episode. Check it out there. Today's word is ICARIAN. It's ICARIAN. I want to go. I want to go hard C. I'm going to go not high C, hard C. Icarian. Icarian. I'm going to say Icarian. I'm going to go with Icarian. We got Ian pounding off in the comments here. I had so much to contribute about UFC topic, but I didn't want to text and drive. I appreciate that, Ian. You can always pound off. You can pound off now. I mean, I won't be able to read it fast enough. Plus, we're doing the word, but we may be. I don't take a lot of days off, so I may still be streaming with Andy on Saturday, and you can always just join us there, and we can talk about it live. We'll probably be there with Kirk as well. Kirk Griffiths, host of Proper Ebonics and hilarious comedian. I'm going with Icarian. That's what I'm going to say.
Icarian.
Fuck yes. What's up, Ian? All that chess is paying off, dude. I might fucking challenge you today. I might fucking challenge you, bro. I think maybe my jujitsu brain has got my chess brain maybe a little bit smarter now. Who knows? Or I'm also very tired and very overwhelmed right now. Icarian. Icarian is a part of speech. It's an adjective, guys. Okay. It's Latin. Late 15th century. At least we have a full informational dealio here. Icarian, it is relating or characteristic to Icarus. I was going to say that. That's where I got the hard C, because I was like, Icarus? Because he flew. Icarus? Is that right? So it's got to be something with flying. Relating to the characteristic of Icarus, especially in being excessively ambitious. Oh, God damn it. It is a great word. Because I was just saying I can't take any days off. I'm very ambitious. I want to make this channel and this show very successful. So I'm quite Icarian. Wow. Mind-blowing. What a way to end the fucking week with the words. This is a good word now. Look, definition, Icarian. Pat, kinda. Pat, in parentheses, kinda. Pictured here, Pat, being unsure if he's the correct or the definition of Icarian. I think a lot of the GDPers are actually Icarian. You know what I mean? We have a lot of creators that join the show during, and I shout them out. I try to shout them out when they come in. We got Ron Kane, who is a co-host with Damien for the DNR podcast. That's a great audio podcast that you can check out. You have Heather and Casey. They both host a podcast. You got Ian. He hosts a podcast. Ron is an artist. He's graphic artist a lot of times. Also, he does some, visual. He does visual and what is it? Like video and picture. He's a good guy. I don't know. What do you? We're all jerks of all trades. John does all the photoshops for the show, and he's one of the greatest hosts of a show that I've personally worked with, for sure. And I've to be honest, created a lot of hosts, said hey, do you want to do a show? But John for sure is went into it with the best. He's an excellent performer as far as hosting and making people feel comfortable and welcome. So it's a great experience, and I wouldn't have I don't think I would have experienced as much as this, and maybe succeeded even as much, if I wasn't so Icarian in nature. But let's see what these fucking word geniuses give examples of Icarian in a sentence. Her career path was marked with Icarian disappointment. Yeesh. Uh-oh. Ambitious disappointment? I don't know. Does that make sense? Am I the genius here, or did I not understand the word here? Did I just look at ambitious and just run with that one? What's the word? Oh, John's back. I was just saying really nice things about you, fucking asshole. Literally, wherever we are right now, we're about 7 minutes before the end of the show. John, just go back 7 minutes before the end of the video, and you'll see. I was just saying very nice words about you. Icarian. I don't think you're supposed to say it that way. We got Ian pounding off. Hold on a second. What? Hitting buttons. Take pride in being a host. I give Schwag a previous word of the day. Oh yeah, absolutely it was. And provide refreshments. Yeah, absolutely. There's a thing I feel it's kind of when you have there is an aspect of too many chefs or too many cooks, right? But you can also have a kind of best of, if they're all if they're all chefs that can work well with each other, those exist too. They're harder to find, but they exist too. You just got to find them, and they're the GD peeps. I told you, hold on. I told you I can tell you're improving. I appreciate it, buddy. Oh, thanks, Pat. Hell yeah. Thanks, John. Thank you, John. Our word of the day, if you missed it, John, sorry, is Icarian, which is related to or characteristic of Icarus, especially in being excessively ambitious. So that's what it is. Flying too close to the sun. That's why it's a disappointment, because you tried to do so much, and that's what it was. So maybe I don't want to identify as this. Is it related to Icarus? Yep. Flying too close to, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. See? John and I, that's why John and I work well together. We're close to mentally, no offense, John, the same person, point of view wise. But yeah, examples of it. And another example is we need to revise our plan from the Icarian blueprint to the architect provided. So it's basically being so ambitious to a fault. Trying to be so ambitious to a fault, essentially. Shit. So maybe I will take the day off on Saturday because I'm too Icarian. God damn it, Icarian. It doesn't flow well. It's not a word. Again, I don't think it's a word that I'm going to really probably work in a ton, but Icarian is something I definitely identify as. Last night, my Icarian lifestyle had led me to being very tired. I was very tired yesterday. Whiskey Icarus is, Kyle Kinane's special, the best way to sum up drunken ambition. Yeah. Whiskey Icarus. I also like, I don't know if I'm sure it was intentional. Kyle Kinane is a very smart person, a very what is it? Accomplished performer, we'll say. I wonder if like even saying like whiskey ick would be a fun way to shorten that. He had to have thought of that, right? I don't think I've actually seen that special. Love me some Kyle Kinane. Ian approves, John. We love that. KK is the best. That he means Kyle Kinane. Kyle Kinane, also the voice of Comedy Central. Everybody knows that now. I think everybody knew that fact, and everybody gave that fact away. So now everybody knows. I wish voiceover work would be so fucking nice, but I don't have a buzzsaw voice like Kyle Kinane. I can get one though. I have to do something about my sinuses. Like, damn it! Did I disturb Stanley? Oh my god, he's on the move. I don't know where he is. This is bad. I knocked over his QB. This could be bad, guys. You and Kinane have the same aloof genius persona. Ooh, aloof genius. Yikes. Is that for real? Is that a compliment? I'll take that. I take that as a compliment. Is that a compliment? Is it the same thing with the Icarian thing? Like I was like, oh yeah, me, that's me. Without going like, no, that guy, his wax wings, they melted because he flew too close to the sun. There it is. Is that the genius part of it? Comedy Central now, the voice of Bender? Really? He's the voice of Bender? Is that really? I talked to someone directly for 25 minutes in Kyle Kinane's voice because that's how I answer the phone. Wow. So Kyle Kinane has I don't think I realized there were, and again, this is not as I don't mean this as a slight against Kyle Kinane. I don't think I realized how many people were as big of fans of Kyle Kinane. I do like him a lot. I think he's very funny, but I'm not like somebody that seeks out a lot of his stuff, but I'll have to actually give him I'll give Kyle Kinane a deeper dive. Apparently I just put Kinane. Kyle Kinane. There we go. Oh man. Word of the day. Icarian. I really felt like that was the roller coaster in its own. The word of the day today, unfortunately, is Pat Icarian. Maybe taking Saturday off. May not be no stream Saturday. Yeah, see, words are hard. I again 4 days of jiu-jitsu, back from nothing. Feeling better, feeling strong, feeling good, feeling strong, huh? All right. Ready for a whole new week next week. I hope you guys are too. It's a new day in America. Stanley is awake. That's what I mean, by the way. It's a new day in America. That's what we have to say every time. That's code for Stanley's awake and he's on the move. So it's a new day in America, and we got to end the show because I got to go find out where he is, because if he's bugging Chloe, we may have to go to the emergency room. I appreciate you guys hanging out and peeping and pounding. I love you guys. I'll see you Monday, and I'm sure I'll talk to most of you guys probably before then. So love you guys. Goodbye.
Gross.